EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm's ahead. It's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Arizona Cardinals. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Second and 5. Here's Pacheco once again. And we'll get it out to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
10 at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for Rashad White. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's a second and 5. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. An injury stoppage here, and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. To throw is Brissett. And he's going to go down again. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a first and 10. looking to put a drive together. Daniels looking to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a run. It's the rookie from Nebraska. Now he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Off the play fake, Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He's going to have to hook up to Schwartz. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down. Now they'll shift things around. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. So he stops for the game. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. To the air goes Daniels. Open man, here's Schwartz, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And he's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Yeah, not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They get this out left. Touchdown, Washington. Anthony Schwartz, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Murray now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and he hooked up there for a 1st down.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
The tackle made by Kevin King. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Hey, check. 19. Hey, kill. 12. Go.
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Sherwood here caught by McBride. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
19. Go.
To throw, Brissett. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
19. Okay. Right 20. Go.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
21-yard line.
19. Go.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Brissett. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Kevin King with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Throw left side complete. That's Lane. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
A 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Let's go now.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go. Set. 60 by 6. Hey, check that. Pass all week.
The throw left side, hauled in by Lane. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 27.
27-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Daniels. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Daniels going to throw for it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's another Washington 1st down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 86 yards rushing for him in his first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Lying.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. To throw is Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Jalen Lane, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Brissett. And that is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stretched the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Short throw is going to Kraft. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Tucker Kraft as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Slings this deep from the corner. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied, and this is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. Now they'll audible to something else.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brings up second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing now is Daniels. On the throw, running too much that time. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
19
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jalen Lane, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Going right side is Wright. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go right back to White here on first down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
19.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. Now on 1st and goal.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
19. 13. Go.
White will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 are fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
The extra point by Ryland up and good. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
36-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. Off play action. Daniels. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
And the Washington
70 Ranger. Cup 19. Cup 19. Panther 11. Panther go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he'll take this and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
18 Rattle. Dragon 6 Warrior 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Daniels looking to throw. To the right side and caught by Senate. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Cardinals' 9-yard line.
79 Broncos. Timberwolves.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down
Cup
and
19. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. And Audible here to get a new look. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
What are y'all doing? All right, go to bed. Go in your room and you go back to sleep. What are y'all doing? I know. Hoping y'all will be asleep.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. They'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
19.
A give right side for Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To Chisb. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And finally down at the 32-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up, they know why. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. To the air goes Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got a man, complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Commanders use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum in removing the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 42-yard line.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Murray now. Short throw. He's got Kraft. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Shotgun now for Murray. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
He's got Harrison left side complete. Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Play fake. Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. 2nd and short now following the fumble. Now Murray off play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with White. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. He'll try and do this himself. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Panther 60, Warriors 17, 7-5, Buffalo 18. Here we go, start.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagna, a little extra.